Hey musicians, Mr. McLeod here to talk about our next topic, which is triads. Now, triads are very common in the music that we hear on the radio and listen to, all kinds of music. This type of chord goes back actually hundreds of years. People have been using triads in music, and we still use them today in music that we play in here. So what's a triad? Well, a triad is a specific type of chord. So what do we mean when we say chord? Well, really a chord is just two or more notes that are sounded together to create harmony. So from the name triad, you might guess that it involves the number 3, and you would be correct. A major triad is a 3-note chord consisting of the first, the third, and the fifth notes from the major scale. And major triads have a bright or happy sound, and we'll hear them in just a little while. A minor triad is also a 3-note chord, but we can change a major triad into a minor triad by lowering the middle note, and it gives the minor triad a dark or sad sound. So you see how we're kind of basing this on our major scales that we practiced last week. So what I'm going to have you do is draw some major scales, and then you're going to build the major triad and then the minor triad. So I will show you how to do that in Google Docs. We're going to use that flat insert add-on like we did last week. So here we go. So we need, first off, we're going to draw the major scale. So we need the key signature for the major scale. Well, C major is the one that we memorize, and we should all know C major has no sharps or flats. So it's kind of the easiest scale to draw. So here, I'm going to put my cursor here under the C major, and we go add on, flat for docs, insert musical snippet. And we're going to choose single staff. I wanted to say too, if you wanted to use the bass clef instead, you're more than welcome to do that. You can, under measure, I think you can change the clef, and then the bass clef would be this one on the right. You don't have to. Okay, so C major has no sharps or flats, so we're already set. I'm just going to draw a C major scale using quarter notes, like that. And then next, I'm going to draw a triad. I'm going to choose a whole note. So make sure your cursor is in this empty bar here. Choose the whole note. And we want to build the triad starting with the first note. So the first note of the scale is C. So there it is. And then the third note, C, D, E, is this E, like that. And then we have the fifth note, which is G, which is right there. Okay, so what you might notice, is that when you build a triad, all 3 notes are on 3 lines. And that always, so that makes it an easy way to identify a triad. You see 3 notes stacked like that, and they're all on 3 lines. Now, if the first note was on a space, and all 3 notes would be in 3 spaces. So it kind of looks like actually a snowman, doesn't it? So we have a name for each note. The bottom note of the triad is called the root. The middle note is called the third, of course, because it's the third note of the scale. And then the top note is called the fifth. So I'm going to play it for you just so you can hear what it sounds like. So hopefully that's a very familiar chord sound to you, and that's what it is. It's just those 3 notes from the major scale: first note, third note, and fifth note. Okay, next I'm going to have you at the very last bar draw a minor triad. We're going to transform this into a minor triad. So what I want you to do is stack the notes exactly the same. Minor triad, the notes don't change where they are. But the middle note, we're gonna lower using an accidental. So the middle note in this case is E natural. So we want the middle note, so I'm gonna click on it. We want the middle note to be E flat. And in this program, using flat, what you can do to lower it or to add a flat is hit the minus sign, minus key. And there you go. Now you see a flat sign next to the E flat. So if you click on a note of this chord, you'll hear what it sounds like. So here's the major chord and the minor chord. So you really hear a difference in what we might call a brighter, happy sound, and then causes it to be kind of a darker or sad sound by just lowering that one note. All right, once we're done, we can insert. And that will go right into our document. And there we go. We have our C major scale. We have our C major triad. And then by adding the flat to the middle note, we make it a C minor triad. Let me do one more example for you. Just because while a lot of times we just add a flat to the middle note and that makes a minor triad, we don't always do that. So let me show you what happens with D major. So D major, just make sure you know what's going to be in the key signature. So we go up here to our order of sharps and flats. We find D. Here's D. D has two sharps. They're going to be F sharp and C sharp. So just remember D has two sharps. All right, insert musical snippet. There we go. Choose single staff. We're going to first put the key signature, so go to measure and click on that key signature icon, and it has two sharps. There's two sharps, F sharp, C sharp. Let's draw our D major scale starting on the note D. Now I know that the bottom line of the staff is E, so the note just below it is D. So it's always nice drawing your major scale when you can start on a note that's kind of low in the staff. But you don't have to start on this low D. You could have started on this higher D, and maybe flute players that are more comfortable with that kind of higher range would like to draw their scale there, but it doesn't matter. All right, next we're going to draw our major triad by stacking our first note, which is D, third note, F sharp, and fifth note, which is A. So let's just have a listen. Make sure it sounds like a major scale. Beautiful. Sounds like a major scale. Now in the last bar, we're going to put our Control Z to undo any unwanted changes. We're going to draw our one more triad, and then we're going to lower this middle note. So we have to be aware of what the middle note is. The middle note is not F, it is actually F sharp, because the F sharp has been raised in the key signature. So click on this middle note, and in flat, we're going to make it natural, we'll be lowering it. So if the note is sharp, then in order to lower it, we make it natural. And if the note is natural, then we make it flat. So you have to already know, is the note sharp as in the major triad, or is it natural in the major triad? So if it's sharp, we make it natural. And in this program, click on the middle note and you press the 0 key, and that will make it natural. So here's the major triad sound, and here's the minor triad sound. There it is. Okay, that's it for now. I encourage you to try playing it so you get familiar with that sound of the major scale and the difference between the major and the minor triad. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions or if there's anything I can help you with. All right, bye for now.